Jai Jagannath, you're muted.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadha Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shcha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Saritam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Madheka Bandho Matsangan Madhuro Man Mahadana Manistaraka Madhagya Madananda Namostute. Hari Om Tat Sat. Okay, I think I'm doing Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto. Oops. Chapter 7. I don't know the number. Verse number 30. Am I doing other ones also?
30 and 31, Jai Jagannath.
Well, okay. This is verse number 30. Pradaya matre pratihritya vismita Krishnam chatasyo rasilam Bamanam Tam swastimantam purushadanitam Vihaya samrityumukhat pramuktam Gopyascha gopa kilananda mukya Labdhva punapurati vamodham. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: The gopis immediately picked Krishna up from the chest of the demon and delivered him, free from all inauspiciousness, to Mother Jasoda. Because the child, although taken into the sky by the demon, was unhurt and now free from all danger and misfortune, the gopis and cowherd men, headed by Nanda Maharaj, were extremely happy. Purport: The demon fell flat from the sky, and Krishna was playing on his chest very happily, uninjured and free from misfortune. Not at all disturbed because of being taken high in the sky by the demon, Krishna was playing and enjoying. This is Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Vigraha. In any condition, Krishna is Satchit Ananda Vigraha. He has no unhappiness. Others might have thought that he was in difficulty, but because the demon's chest was sufficiently broad to play on, the baby was happy in all respects. It was most astonishing that although the demon went so high in the sky, the child did not fall down. Therefore, the child has been saved virtually from the mouth of death. Now that he was saved, all the inhabitants of Vrindavan were happy. Okay, in the next verse. Aho batatat bhutamesha rakshasa balo nivritim gamito byaghat puna Shrasvapapena vihimsita kala sadhu samatvena bhayad vimuchyate. Translation: It is most astonishing that although this innocent child was taken away by the Rakshasa to be eaten, he was returned without having been killed or even injured. Because this demon was envious, cruel, and sinful, he has been killed for his own sinful activities. This is the law of nature. An innocent devotee is always protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and a sinful person is always vanquished for his sinful life. Purport: Krishna conscious life means innocent devotional life, and a sadhu is one who is fully devoted to Krishna, as confirmed by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 30. Bhajate mamananya bhakt sadhureva samantavyaha. Anyone fully attached to Krishna is a sadhu. Nanda Maharaj and the gopis and other cowherd men could not understand that Krishna was the Supreme Personality of Godhead playing as a human child, and that his life was not in danger under any circumstances. Rather, because of their intense parental love for Krishna, they thought that Krishna was an innocent child and had been saved by the Supreme Lord. In the material world, because of intense lust and desire for enjoyment, one becomes implicated in sinful life more and more. Kama irsha krodha esha raja guna samudbhavaha. Therefore, the quality of fear is one of the aspects of material life. Ahara, nidra, bhaya, maitunamcha. But if one becomes Krishna conscious, the process of devotional service, shravan, nam, kirtanam, diminishes one's polluted life of material existence, and one is purified and protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Shranvatam swakata Krishna punya shravana kirtanaha. In devotional life, one has faith in this process. Such faith is one of the 6 kinds of surrender. Lakshishatiti vishwasaha. Hari Bhakti Vilas 11,676. One of the processes of surrender is that one should simply depend on Krishna, convinced that he will give one all protection. That Krishna will protect his devotee is a fact. And Nanda Maharaj and the other inhabitants of Vrindavana accept this very simply, although they did not know that the Supreme Lord himself was present before them. There have been many instances in such a devotee, instances in which a devotee, like Prahlad Maharaj or Dhruva Maharaj, has been put in difficulty even by his father, but has been saved under all circumstances. Therefore, our only business is to become Krishna conscious and depend fully on Krishna for all protection. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So Krishna has been saved from the clutches of Trinavarta. And the residents of Vrindavan are finding this to be very astonishing. Although Krishna, as Prabhupada has informed us, is the form of bliss, Ananda Chimaya Ras Vigraha, Satya Ananda Vigraha. And therefore, there can be no question of any unhappiness because he is the Supreme Lord. So how can he be in any danger? Can the spark of fire burn the fire? No, the fire is the very source of the spark. So the spark cannot burn its source. So everything that exists, including Trinavarta, is coming from Krishna. There is no question of them being able to give harm to Krishna. Still, the residents of Vrindavan, they are unaware of this position, this ontological position of Krishna because of their prema. So there are 2 types of prema. Prema means divine love of Godhead. And there are 2 types of prema. We are informed by Rupa Goswami, there are 2 types of prema. The prema that is the fruit of Vaidhi Bhakti, and the prema that is the fruit of Raganuga Bhakti. Vaidhi Bhakti means that bhakti that is impelled by scriptural edicts only. Shashaneva Shastrasya Sabhari bhakti uchate. Yatra raga navaptatva pravritti upajayate. When the actions of bhakti are having no raga in it, yatra raga anavaptatva, there is no raga in that bhakti. The raga means there is no natural taste for it. And it is impelled exclusively by the injunctions of Shastra. Shashaneva Shastrasya. Exclusively by Shastric edicts, one is doing the bhakti. This is called as Vaidhi Bhakti. So if you do Vaidhi Bhakti nicely, then that will lead to what is called as Vaidha Bhav. And from that Vaidha Bhav, you develop it further. You develop what is called as Mahima Gyan Yukta Prema, or Ashraya Gyan Prema, which means prema that has the awareness of the Godhead's opulence. So this type of prema means that there can be no astonishment when you see Krishna performing pastimes like being taken into the sky by a Trinavarta demon. There will be no worry, there will be no concern, because this is God only. So he will kill the demon. So with that prema, their awareness of his opulence, so that awareness restricts the sort of sentiments that can emerge. Just like Vasudeva and Devaki, they also have parental affection for Krishna, but their parental affection is mixed with the awareness of his godhood. So after Krishna kills Kamsa and he finally gets to see Vasudeva and Devaki again, and he begins to come to them, mother, mother, father, mother. They're like, no, 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 no. You're not our son. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And they began to offer reverential prayers to him because of that. There was restriction in the flow of the parental affection because of awareness of his Godhead. So this is the result of, this is the prema that is coming from Vaidhi Bhakti. Then there's another type of bhakti called Raganuga Bhakti. So Raganuga Bhakti means the bhakti which follows the Saragatmikam Anushrita. The bhakti that Anushrita means to follow or to emulate or to imitate. The bhakti of the Ragatmikas. So the Ragatmikas means the associates like Krishna and Braja, Nanda Baba, Jasoda Mai, the Gopis of Vrindavan, and so on. They are called as Ragatmika devotees. So Raga Anuga. Anuga means to follow. If you follow Anuga, the Raga of the Ragatmika devotees, this is called as Raganuga Bhakti, Raganuga Sadam Bhakti. So Raga means, what is the definition of Raga? Ishte Swarasiki Raga, Paramavishta Tabhaka. The definition of Raga, given by Rupa Goswami, he said Raga is spontaneous Swarasiki, the spontaneous love thirst which causes complete absorption in Ishte, the Supreme Lord, like Krishna. This is the definition of Raga. Tanmai Bhavet Bhakti. And bhakti that is composed only of that raga, that is called as Ragatmika Bhakti. You know what is raga. In the mature world, we have raga for many things that are, not so ideal. You have raga for cheesecake, okay? Cheesecake represents whatever your thing you like, huh? So we keep it clean. You have so many ragas, but we'll say cheesecake only. So you have raga for cheesecake. Now imagine if your raga for cheesecake is very intense, especially if the cheesecake means romantic something. Then very intense raga, you're always thinking about the object of romance, the beloved. Imagine if you can take that raga out of you and look at it, like raga personify, you can look at it. It'd be quite scary actually, if you could look at your raga face to face from the mature objects. Now, imagine the reverse of that, the raga of the gopi, they're literally like personified raga, but for Krishna. This is called Ragatmika devotees. When you hear about their rag for Krishna and you say, wow, that is so beautiful, may that love come to me. And your whole inspiration in doing bhakti is simply to get that. You may also follow the edicts of Shastra. That doesn't mean that you don't follow the edicts of the sacred text, but that is secondary. Your inspiration is because you want to be like those Ragatmika devotees. That is what impels you to do your bhakti. Why you chant Hare Krishna? I want to be like the gopis. Why you offer your food to Krishna? Because of the gopis or the gopas of Vrindavan. Why you get up in the morning? Because of the gopis. Why you read Shastra? Because of the gopis. Your whole motivation for bhakti is because of the ragatmikas, not because of some injunction in Shastra. For us, we get up in the morning because, Shastra is telling. Everyone all religious people, they do Vaidhi Bhakti only. They say worship God because Bible is telling, because Quran is telling, because Bhagavad Gita is telling. They're Vaidhi Bhakti. But when you say, I'm doing Bhakti because of the Ragatmikas, that is my North Star. That is the only motivation. Even if Shastra would say, don't do this, well, then that Shastra I don't accept. I will worship the gopis. That is my only religion. Gopis. I'm using gopis as the representative of all the Brijbasis. That is the only reason I'm doing this bhakti. I will go away also from this bhakti. If your tradition is telling, oh, but Shastra is not told this thing, so you should not do it, you said, then I don't accept. I only accept the ragatmikas. So when you're bhakti, you're motivated only by this raga of the ragatmikas, and that is your impelling force. It's called raganuga sadhana bhakti. Simple, some more details to it. So if you do that raganuga sadhana, then that leads to what's called as raganugya bhav, which is the goal of sadhana. And if you develop that bhav more, it's called as kevala prema. Just like we sing every morning Guru Puja, Shri Guru Charana Padma, kevala bhakti sadhana. He's glorifying Shri Guru Dev, who has kevala bhakti. Kevala bhakti means kevala praying, not this Mahima Gyan Yukta praying, but the kevala praying of the Brijbasis. So their prema means the absence of awareness of the Aishwarya of Bhagavan. Because of the absence of awareness of the Lord's Aishwarya, now they become astonished. How did Krishna become saved from the mouth of Trinavarta? And the word here used in the first verse we read today, Pradaya matre pratihrita vismita. Vismita means astonishment. They became astonished. How is this possible? Vihayasa mrityu mukha pramuktam. He was saved from the mouth of death. He was saved from the mouth of death. And they're very astonished. How is this possible? He's such a small baby. He was taken very high into the sky. How he was saved from this? And then the demon fell down. If you fall down from that height, you'll be killed. Just like when I get on an airplane, I'm always thinking about how dangerous it is. This is literally a tin can shot in the air by fire. What can go wrong? Everything can go wrong. Therefore, when you get on the airplane itself, they tell you, in case of emergency, they're basically telling you that there's a chance you can die. Well, we've become accustomed to this, so we're not alert to it, but actually we can die, very dangerous thing. And if the airplane falls, they say in case of an emergency landing, which means the plane is falling down from the sky, then this thing will happen. I say, if the plane hits the ground, it's going to explode. No one will be saved. We will all be killed only. But still, they try to give some security in case of emergency landing. We've landed in the water, that, you can do this and you can do that. Actually, we will all be killed instantly. But they don't tell that part because they don't want to put us in anxiety. That is their kindness upon us. Hope against hope. We will make it. Anyway, it's made it so many other times. Why I should not make it this time also. Fine, no problem. If you fall from such height, you'll be killed. But here, from such height, Krishna has fallen on the chest of the demon, and the demon is completely smashed, and Krishna is completely okay, playing happily on his chest. Prabhupada is writing here in the purport, because the chest of the demon was very broad, therefore Krishna was very happy. What type of purport is this? Because his chest was very broad, Krishna was very happy. There are plenty of room for playing on the chest. So the gopis are seeing this, and they pick Krishna up and give Krishna back to the mother, and they're all vismita, they're all astonished. Why they're astonished? Because he's been saved from the mouth of death. That's what it says here. Mrityu mukhat pramuktam. He was saved from the mouth of death. Actually, how can he be saved from the mouth of death? He is Bhagavan himself. No, but their prema eclipses the Aishwarya of Bhagavan. So now they can become astonished. And that is and afraid, and that nourishes their bhav. So their bhav, vatsalya bhava, this is called as the sthayi bhav. It is a fixed love that they have for Krishna. And this sthayi bhav, it is like an ocean. China is like ocean. And out of that ocean, many waves are coming. These many waves that come, they're called as sanchari bhav. Sanchari bhav means transitory emotions. Out of the ocean of the Sthayi Bhav, these transitory emotions come and they flavor the bhava, and then they go back into the ocean of the bhava. So example here is the Vatsalya Bhav. That is the example we're hearing here. So when Krishna is taken to the sky, then one wave comes out that is known as fear. They have fear. And that increases their bhav. It flavors their bhav, that fear, the emotional turmoil. Because the Vatsalya Rati means, we talked last time, means palana poshana. Palana means they have to protect, and poshana means they have to nourish. We're responsible for Krishna. Krishna is not responsible for giving us protection and nourishment. We are responsible for giving Krishna protection and nourishment. So with that Sthayi Bhav, out of that ocean of the Sthayi Bhav, this transitory, the fear comes. And they're actually afraid. Not that is all act, oh, let us now pretend to be afraid because actually Krishna's got it, everything's fine. No, they're actually very much frightened. And then when Krishna is saved, then they're immediately relieved. That is only possible if their prema eclipses that Aishwarya Bhagavan, otherwise not possible to feel this. So they're feeling this, and they're so Gopyashta Gopa Kila Nanda Mukhya. So all the gopis and the gopas headed by Nanda Maharaj, Labdva Puna Prapur Ativa Modam. They all attained, after getting their son or attaining their son, they all enjoyed very much Modam, bliss. They all became blissful. Wow, he's been saved. They become very blissful. And next verse is explaining, they give some explanation. Now hear the explanation of Brijvasis. It is not that, he's been saved because actually he is Bhagavan. Therefore nope, that is not the explanation. They give another explanation. Aho bhata ati adbhutam esha rakshasha bhalo nivritam gamito abhyagat punaha. What is their explanation? That they're saying, alas, this is very astonishing. Ati adbhutam. This is extremely astonishing. Why? This innocent boy has been rescued from the mouth of the demon. He was taken by the demon to be killed, the man demon to be killed. But he has come back to us again unhurt. So they give some purport. Why has this happened? Their explanation is very nice. The explanation is this. Just see, this demon has been killed by his own sinful reactions. That is the explanation. Not that Krishna has killed him, but actually when someone does the sinful life, then that sinful life becomes a cause of their own destruction. And just like today, the living entities in Kali Yuga, postmodern world, they're looking for solutions to all the world's issues, but they themselves are sinful fellows. So whatever solution they come up with are undermined by their own sinful activities. Therefore, nothing is getting better. The legislation books are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's so big now. I wonder if you were to put it in like an actual physical book. Now you need digital books because it would be too big to complete in one physical book. It'd be so huge. And it's increasing every day, and the world situation is decreasing every day. Why? Because they are undermined by their own sinful activity. There are actually no solution to the world situation. Unless you do yagya for Bhagavan, unless you worship Bhagavan, at least by Vaidhi Bhakti, then your society must go to hell. This is Chamasa Muni's statement to King Nimi. And the 11th canto, he explains this thing. Yeah, Nabajanti avajananti stanam bhrashta patantveda. He says he describes how the social order comes from the universal form of the Lord. So the Brahmanas are the head, the Kshatriyas the arms, the Vaishyas the stomach, the Shudras the legs. And therefore, all of them should do Vaidhi Bhakti, minimum. Vaidhi Bhakti means even you don't want to do, but the injunction is there. So I have to worship God because the vidya is there saying. At least that much bhakti you have to do. But now, nabajanti avajananti. If you fail to worship Bhagavan, either because you're an ignorant fellow, which is the most of the population, or avajananti means you're envious. You know you should worship, but you don't like God. So you don't worship him. So either because of ignorance or because of arrogance, you refuse to worship God, then your society will go to hell. So that is what is happening. By their own sinful activities, they are being killed. This envious demon, he envious fellow, heart is completely polluted. So he's performed a sinful activity, and that sin has destroyed him. But because our son is a devotee, he is a sadhu. So the next line, sadhu samatvaina bhaya vimuchyate. Our son is a sadhu because he's a devotee. Sadhu means one who is a devotee. So he's a sadhu, samatvaina. So one quality of a devotee is being brought out to the surface. Samatvaina means endowed with equal vision. And they see the whole world with equal eye. There's a quality of sadhu. Narayana parasarve nakutashana bipyati swarga apavarga narakeshu api tulyarta darshan. A quality of the Narayana para means those who are surrendered to Bhagavan. Then they nakutashana bipyati. They have no fear in any situation. Actually, this is pertinent to because of this line. Because it says here, sadhu samatvaina bhaya vimuchyate. The sadhu bhaya vimuchyate becomes completely free from fear. Why? Because samatvaina means he's endowed with equal vision in all conditions in life. How he can become free? So this verse is explaining Narayana parasarve nakutaschana bipiti. The sadhu, he is Narayana para. They're surrendered to Narayana. So they have no fear in any condition. Swarga apavarga narakeshu api. In heaven, in liberation, even in hell, tulya artha darshana. They see all with equal artha, equal meaning. Because they see only Bhakti is meaningful and minus Bhakti not meaningful. That is their equal vision. So they don't think, oh, Swarga, how I'll enjoy here. Oh, hell, how much I'm suffering here. Oh, liberation, how peaceful. They don't, no. Is Bhakti there? Then that is a nice place. Oh, Bhakti is in the hell? That is a nice place there. No Bhakti in the heaven? Oh, I don't want to go there. Why go to heaven? No Bhakti there. Oh, some Bhaktas are there in the hell? I'll go to hell there. This is their equal vision of the sadhu. So they're free from all sorts of fear because they just see God and they depend on God in devotion. Bas finished. So because our son is a sadhu, he has been free from all sorts of fear. And because his demon is envious, polluted heart, he's been destroyed by his own sinful activity. This is the purport of bridge buses. They will not give purport because Krishna is Bhagavan, therefore he cannot be harmed. Therefore, there's no astonishment in that. Their wonder is here like this. The demon has been killed by his own sinful activities. And our son, he's the devotee of God. He's a sadhu, and therefore endowed with equal vision. Therefore, he's been free from all fear. No fear can touch him. So Prabhupada is taking in the purport that this is the mood of a devotee. Sadhu means one who is confident in Krishna's protection. Krishna will give protection in all situations. Sharanagati or Sharanapati has 6 angas. And one of them is Rakshishititi, Vishwasa, the trust that Krishna will give the protection. So the purport to this, given in Bhakti Sandarbha, means that in whatever condition I am, I'm trusting that Krishna is giving the protection. So the situation may be I'm cursed to die in 7 days. I think this verse is quoted in Bhakti Sandarbha. So I trust that curse is Krishna's protection. That is the meaning here of Rakshishititi Vishwasa. Otherwise, you'll say, well, how can Krishna get the protection? He's putting the devotees in so many dire situations. No, we trust that situation is also Krishna's protection. Just like Parikshit Maharaj, he was saved by Krishna in the womb of his mother. He was saved. He actually had darshan of Krishna in the womb, and he was saved. So is it difficult for Krishna to save him? Not very difficult at all. Therefore, when he was cursed, he said, that must also be Krishna. In fact, he told the sages that Krishna in this form has come to me. He told this to the sages. He says, Krishna in the form of a Shaparupa, in the form, what is that? Dvija Shaparupa, in the form of the curse of Brahman, Krishna has come in this form in order to make me nirved. Nirved means callous towards materialistic life. He's speaking like ordinary conditioned souls, because we enjoy like it. If we get material facility, we enjoy like anything, and we also chant Hare Krishna. But our faith will be in the material things, like Queen Clinton is saying, Jama Aishwarya Shuta Shriba Edamana Madapa. Naeva Arite Abidatumbai. As long as you got wealth, aristocratic position, and so on, we'll be mad. We'll become mad by that. We also chant Hare Krishna, no problem. But we'll be into our bank balance and our beauty and all of that. So we don't have the real bhav won't be there, which is only there for the akinchanas, those who are really having no other possession. So Shimar is saying like this, Krishna very kind, that he came in this form to make me cut that materialistic thing. Now my full bhav will just flow towards Krishna. So he trusts that the curse was also Krishna's protection. There's a meaning there. So devotees, they think like this, very interesting, that in any condition of life, they see samatvaina, they see with equal eye. What is the equal eye? Oh, Krishna must arrange this also. But it's such a horrible, just another story, Haridas Thakur, he gets arrested for chanting Hare Krishna. You know, in Islam, if you are an apostate, that means one who leaves the religion, then the injunction is you should be killed for apostasy. Apostasy means leaving the religion. So that is practiced to this day also. So Haridas Thakur, he was Muslim, he left the religion, chanting Hare Krishna, so he was arrested. They're going to kill him for apostasy. So that time when he was in the prison, he met so many other prisoners there. And they were very excited to see Haridas Thakur. So they said, please, sadhu, sadhu, give us ashirvada, give us blessing, give us blessing. So Haridas Thakur said, may you all remain like this. And they became so disturbed. They became so disturbed in mind. May you all remain. That was his blessing. And they seeing that their face was so, how could he do this to us? How could he get such blessing? So seeing they were so disturbed, Haridas Thakur said, no, you misunderstood. Now I'll give you the import. He said, now because you are in the prison, you're not performing any fruitive activity. Otherwise, if you're outside, you'll be doing all sorts of sense gratification. So now you're not doing any fruitive acts, and you're always thinking of Krishna's mercy. When will Krishna's mercy come? When will Krishna's mercy come? So may you always remain like that. Actually, after 2 days, you will be released from the prison. But may you always remain like this, not devoid of the fruitive acts and always seeking Krishna's mercy. So in this way, he had to give the import to pacify their mind. They were disturbed. So this is how the devotees think like this. Whatever happiness is Krishna's, they have a Vishwasa means trust. Shishati Vishwasa, they trust, oh, that this situation also Krishna giving the protection in the form of this reversal in life. So a very deep consciousness to share Napati. Prabhupada says that because the residents of Vrindavan, they're very simple. So they just simply think like this, and therefore they've given the purport like this. That is due to the nature of their prema. There are many instances when devotees were protected, even when it looks like there was a reversal. Prabhupada comments like that. So in this way, they're giving the happiness. They become happy, and they give the explanation for their purport for what is going on in the situation. Okay, so I like to at least leave 10 minutes, so my time is up, 7:50. If someone wants to make some comment or some question, you can ask now.
I have a question, Jai Jagannath Prabhu.
Yes.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that there are leelas in the spiritual world that are happening always, like every day. And then there are leelas that happen occasionally. And he also mentions that the demons are not present in the spiritual world, but there's some kind of indirect way that those things are being played out in the spiritual world. What's the understanding for that? What is Krishna doing there in other words? Is he bored? Is everything nice, smooth? And
No, there are impressions. So there it says there are the impressions that demons are there. So that rumors, there are the rumors or impressions that the demons are there. But that same in Ashtakali Lila, that is called Nitya Lila. And the Lila here in the material world is called Naimitika Lila. It's called Naimitika means occasional because the material world is sometimes unmanifest. So Krishna's Lila in the material world is called Naimitika Lila. And as it is in the spiritual world, it's called Nitya Lila or Ashtakali Lila. So in the Ashtakali Lila, there are no demons. There are also no husbands. So there are only rumors there in the spiritual world. But in the material world, the husbands actually appear. The Abhimana means, this is Bhaktivinoda Thakur's way of explaining it at least. The Abhimana means the sense or conception that there are husbands, they become avatars in the Namitika Lila and become the actual husbands of the gopis. And they actually create obstacles for the gopis. That's what makes the Namitika Lila so delectable. And also because the demons appear here and Krishna performs his childhood lila here in Naimitika lila. And in the spiritual world, there are no childhood pastime. They're happening in the material world, Naimitika lilas. So there are only rumors of the demons in the spiritual world. The impression is there, sense is there, but not actually there. This is why the Naimitika lilas are also very special. A reason given like this. Angelica is saying, Ragamika Bhakti is worshiping the associates of the Lord and following in their mood, motivated by their raga. Yeah, raga here, motivated by the raga means by their taste. That means that they hear about that love and they say, wow, I want to have love like this. So they have a taste for that. So that taste becomes a governing factor for their devotion. And this is higher than Vaidhi Bhakti, following based on scripture. Yes. So we say the Sambandha means Krishna, Abhideya means Bhakti, and Prayoja means Prema. But it has to be qualified. Sambandha really means Brajendra Nandana Krishna. And Abhideya means Raganuga Bhakti, and Prayoja means Kevala Prem Bhakti. This is the actual Siddhanta for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So this we want to follow. Got a follow-up to that? I see hand is raised here, so maybe we can ask now.
Yes, I'm curious about this point because like clearly many of the world's religions are based on the Vaidhi Bhakti.
Yes.
Which then would mean that very small amount of people actually develop love of Godhead based on their taste.
Yes, correct.
So how do we kind of reconcile that where Prabhupada is so focused on us really developing love of Godhead, and then in a way so much of religions are just kind of based on following the rules and maybe like staying neutral in a way, or just like not going to hell?
Yeah, I don't know if anything needs to be reconciled. That they can do them and we're going to do us. So if you study Kaviraj Goswami, Chaitanya Charitamrita, he's giving us the voice of Krishna. That here in the material world, everyone is doing Vaidhi Bhakti only. And that Bhakti does not attract me and it cannot bind me. Therefore, let me distribute the Rag Bhakti of the Brij Bhaktis. Only by this love can I be bound. And he also goes on to say that without this love, there is no meaning to the material existence. I say the whole material existence becomes useless without this total love. So let them do them. You know, everyone's doing sense gratification or doing a religion for bhukti, they're doing a religion for mukti. Do you, and we're going to do us. We want to do religion for love. Bhakti, our whole message is love is its own reward. You're doing a religion because you think that, oh, I'll get the bhukti, I'll get the mukti. But our approach is a little bit different. Anyabilashi Tashuna. Our approach, our thinking is that bhakti is its own reward. So why are you doing the bhakti? Because of bhakti only. Bhakti is its own. Unright bhakti, sadhana bhakti, will become ripe fruit, sadhya bhakti. And nothing to be reconciled. Most souls are where they are in their own journeys. And we are where we're at in our own journey. So nothing to be reconciled so much there. We just do us. We follow the grace that has come to us. And this is the grace that has come to us. So that is my answer there, as best I can do there. Yeah.
So come here so that people online can hear you.
Would it be correct to say that the intention is what, like the intention why someone is practicing bhakti is what qualifies Vaidhi versus Ragini?
Will it be the intention by which someone is doing bhakti qualifies as Vaidhi sadhana or Raganuga sadhana? You could say it like that, but it's a little bit more subtle than that. Because if you say intention, so you say my whole intention is the bridge bhaktis, for example, and that's why I'm motivated. So the real meaning is that when you hear about the bridge bhaktis, and you specifically hear about a specific type of love of bridge bhaktis, the Madhurya Rati, the Vatsalya Rati, the Sakya Rati, one of those Ratis, and you think to yourself that I want that type of love. I want Madhurya Rati, I want Sakya Rati. Dasirati is also there, or Vatsalya Rati. May that love come to me. And that love, that becomes your North Star, your motivation for bhakti. Why you suppose you're attracted to the Madhurya Rati? Most in our tradition get attracted to Madhurya Rati because that's the main Rati that Mahaprabhu came to distribute. So suppose you are Chaitanya Rati. So when your whole motivation for chanting japa, what name of Krishna you are chanting? I'm chanting the name of the form of Shringara Rasa. I'm chanting that name, the beloved of Krishna. And that is Madhura. That is my conception of the name. If you're chanting Vatsalya Rati, the name I'm chanting is the name of the boy who I have to get protection. That is the name that I'm chanting. So when that becomes your North Star and all of your practices in Bhakti become shaped by that motivation, that desire for that Rati, then you can say that is, in simple form, that is Raganuga Bhakti. But the Ruchi is not so easy to get. In fact, Krishna ta bhakta karunya, matra labhaika hetu. So Sridhar Goswami says the exclusive cause of getting this Ruchi is either Krishna or the mercy of his bhaktas. So it's not so easy to get this sort of Ruchi. Because we're in Gaudiya Vaishnavism, we hear from the beginning that this is the goal. And so we have a sense of that being our North Star. But we haven't really identified a specific attraction yet. So Jiva Goswami has given a term for us type of practitioners also, where he calls it as Ajata Ruchi Raganuga. Where your Raganuga, your Ruchi has not yet awakened or taken birth, appeared. So you're attracted to the ideal because that's how you've been hearing since the beginning, but you don't have any Ruchi. So when I ask you what Rati you're after, you cannot say, I'm into Madhurya Rati. You cannot really say, and that's not really what motivates you. And when I say motivate, that means when you wake up in the morning, boom, it's there in your psyche. Not that I know it should be there in my psyche. That is a different thing. So if that motivates you, then you can say that is Raganuga Bhakti. But if you're saying, if the vidhi is there, even the vidhi, the thing that, I should think in this way, that is like a vidhi basically. And that is Vaidhi Bhakti. So yeah, you can simply say like that, but you might have to give some further clarifying words in order to help bring it out. And Dalika's given us very nice notes in the chat box.
I do want to ask the question to what you just shared, and this is just a clarification that taste, it manifests. It's not that we kind of like choose, like now I want to focus on Vatsalya Ras and now just kind of create my sadhana around it. It manifests, right?
Yeah, the way it's discussed practically everywhere, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and Bhakti Sandarbha, it basically depends on the type of sadhu sangha you get, which sort of taste and Krishna consciousness you get. For example, if we associated with Sri Vaishnavas, we will be into Ram Bhakti or followers of Narayana and Lakshmi, because that's the sadhu sangha that we got. If someone gets the association of Brahmavadis, they become interested in personal Brahman. If you become associated with Gaudiya Vaishnavas, so then your Ishtadev becomes Krishna. And depending on what type of Gaudiya Vaishnava you follow, then you become interested in this one or that one. So Jiva Goswami is writing, Rupa Goswami also is telling in BRS that our sadhu sangha basically determine our ruchi, the sort of attraction that comes. So this is a little bit of a subtle subject matter, but that is the answer. How you get attracted in Krishna consciousness is sadhu sangha. Otherwise, why is this thing that everyone who joins Sri Sampradaya, they become interested in Lakshmi Narayana only, or Ram Bhakti? Sometimes Ram Bhakti is very prominent. And those who join Gaudiya Vaishnavism, most of them are into Madhurya Rati. So why that happens? Okay, class up. Sorry, I see there's another hand. Om Tat Sat. Thanks a lot. Go Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Jai Krishna Balaram. Shri Radha Govinda.
All right, I think they turned out. Okay, it was nice seeing you. Jai Jagannath was a very qualified speaker. Truthfully, he should give class every day. That's how I felt. All right. Good seeing you all, Ramesh Naik, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Can you give me a smile?
Like, what's the drawback?
Prabhu, every day. Every day. Do you think you can get him online for every day?
Every day.
Every damn day. Holy smokes. That was so deep and so sweet. and so clear and so real and so true. You're like forced to surrender. You're forced. You're in handcuffs by how he explains how it is, and it's sweet. It's sweet. It's cheesecake.
Yeah, it's handcuffs and cheesecake. I like the analogy.
Those are his.
That's what's on
Cheesecake
your
is-
mind. That's what on
Let's
your mind.
talk
Today,
about
cheesecakes and
cheesecake.
handcuffs. Yeah, we're all arrested by Bhakti.
Arrested. I'm under arrest. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Love you all. Thank you very much. Love you dearly. It's every day. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Everybody on this call ki jai. Hare Krishna. Happy Friday.